So as we all know, the festive season is not approaching, it's here. I've seen
Yes.
tinsel go up in a few stores already.
Yeah.
Exciting, depressing all at the same time. The year has blitzed by. And we have been having in more proactive accounts, we've been having the festive season rush optimization conversation for
Yeah.
months already.
Yeah.
Paid and organic, obviously specific to Google search. And what I thought we would do today is just run through a couple, quick wins, tactics that we might want to share with people from specifically a paid search point of view.
Yeah.
Bernie, who heads up paid search for Mickey Lou, has given me some of her time this morning, which is increasingly difficult to come by at this time of year. Bernie, thank you for sitting with me. Top tips. Where do we start?
Top tips. If what we've seen work really well from a creative point of view, as well as just an overall strategy coming into the festive season, is go back and look what worked really well the previous year. Assess from a creative point of view, audience point of view, what really drove high quality traffic and conversions the previous year, and build on that, but do it early. If you are only now thinking about the plan and the strategy for the festive season, you're already behind. You're too late. You need to already be setting up those campaigns, getting that creative, and then working on it, keeping in mind that trends change. So what we've done specifically is if it's a search campaign, keyword-based, we've run it through the Google keyword tool to see if there have been any trends, updates over the last 3 months. So when you run it through, it will show an increase over a specific keyword over the last 3 months. So you can see how the trends are working this year. Basically what that means is you're tying in your data from last year, what worked well, into trends currently now, and then you have a solid strategy for the festive season. You know that what you're pushing is correct. You know that you are up to date with anything that could have changed, that could have become more competitive, where there could be increases in the cost per click. You can then do your budget calculations and know what you should be doing from a budget perspective, and then updating your creative as well.
Speaking about budget, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What would you, if I'm a relative novice at this, and I know that I need to spend money on Google, I would hazard a guess I'm going to spend more over this period. People are bidding more, there's more interaction. What should I, as a percentage, expect to spend more? Should I be doubling my budget? Is there, what have you seen as a general trend?
We've seen about a 20% increase.
Okay.
In terms of budget. I would suggest at a minimum, make sure that if you can, it's not always possible, but if you can, I would suggest increasing your daily limits by 20%, and knowing that on average you're going to need to spend at least 20% more.
What are your views on Black Friday? I find it incredibly divisive, and my personal opinion, it's a massive waste of money unless you can really support it. There's just, the bidding is ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, we have a lot of retail clients, and this year they've all had a very similar approach. We're not pushing anything significantly in terms of creative, saying, get 10% off, get 20% off. That's not happening. What we are doing is for the week of Black Friday and obviously Cyber Monday, we're just increasing our visibility. So if people have saved to be able to buy a luxury item, then we can have more visibility. So our approach is just from a visibility point of view. None of our clients that we've spoken to so far have said that they are running any specific deals over this time period. And I will say that that's the same approach as last year as well. It's not, I think it depends, but I think the days of just discounting a whole lot of stuff, I know some big retailers do, but for us specifically and our client base, putting in that.
I think for a brand, I think more than ever, if we go back to Black Friday, why it exists and why the phenomenon even came into existence, it was a matter of people had overstocked and there was a reason to discount things. Where now it's become a seasonal marketing trend that people feel compelled to get involved with, that can seldom afford to give the discount a consumer typically demands. I mean, I always go and look on the day. Like if I see a really good deal, I will be prompted to buy it.
Me too.
Like things that I would typically enjoy, like, I don't know, sneakers. running shoes. Like if I see them for half price off, okay, cool, I'll buy. But that's seldom the case. And I'm more underwhelmed, they're like big, massive Black Friday deal, and it's a $4,000 pair of running shoes for $3,899. It's like, are you joking? This is like, what a letdown.
Yes.
Which is more often, I think, people's experience than not. So tactically, if you can afford to leverage the hype of Black Friday, and you can afford to have lost leaders that you can use, I mean, the most intelligent way I've seen people leveraging it is to expand their audience.
Yeah.
Their Google, remarketable audience, their social remarketable audience. So they'd put out something as a lost leader for 90% off, whatever it is. Big ticket items, typically branded items, whether they're luxury, clothing, jewelry, electronics. And they'd use that to get people to opt in and grow their newsletter and to grow their audiences. So these were environments where people had a very good understanding of performance marketing, understood the value of an audience, understood the value of growing an email database by 10%, then all of a sudden giving that TV away for 10 Rand. Like, what a great exercise.
Yeah.
So I would encourage people that can do that properly and support it to still, pursue that. But I think as a general e-tailer, you shouldn't feel the pressure of having to do something, blowing a bunch of money that you could spend, more intelligently over a period of time.
Yeah.
And actually get a return from it. Most common mistakes, if any?
On Black Friday, specifically
Generally
in terms
over the festive period. Like
over the festive
what are some of the
period.
big mistakes that come to mind people can avoid?
Budget allocation over December. Q4 in the festive period, you've got to keep in mind December is not a full month. So budget allocation over December. We know that for our clients, what works well is front loading in the first 2 weeks of December, pulling back, and then hitting the ground running come January.
Yeah.
You want to be like top of mind in terms of your brand in January. So budget allocation, that I would say that would be a very strategic move to make sure that you're getting that right in December. And if you're not, that could be a key mistake.
Another I've seen, just to add into that from an organic point of view, is people over-index on paid search because it's easy to just pump more budget there.
Yeah.
And some industries are more inclined to attract people in more local areas of the SERP. So if I think about, QSR, restaurants, anything that has to do with, travel, garage near me, if you're away on holiday, you're more inclined to be ordering takeout. We know it's a massive season for anyone doing, fast food, dine in, dine out, whatever. And the part of the SERP people engage with most is, the Google business places, the maps, the snack pack. And they don't even think about that. It's not even on the radar.
Yeah.
And you've got this window between now and then to make sure if someone looks for best restaurant in Asna or petrol station in Asna, car, tires in Asna, whatever the case is, like you're going to have this huge influx of people there. That's what they're going to be engaging with. So think about your reviews, think about your visibility there, over and above paid. And then the remarketing in that period of time for those 2 weeks, when there's more people there, there's some intelligent ways to properly leverage that. And I still don't see people planning for that at mass. Obviously we know there are a few that have heeded the advice. But look at the SERP, look at your digital channels and understand practically what is a consumer likely to be engaging with. Think across the board. Thanks, Bernie. Have you started putting anything under the Christmas tree yet?
No. No. Actually, I can't wait for Christmas. Our family is massive on Christmas. Our tree goes up early, like end of November. Our tree is up. But yeah, I've definitely started making my Christmas list.
Okay. Remind me with some clues for the stocking that I can follow.
You know
Bubbly,
me. Yes.
Never mind. Awesome. Bernie, thanks for your time.
Pleasure. Thanks, Dave.